Until 11, Mitchell's Front Page on 94.7 The Pulse.
Okay, 9:30, and with me now, first of all, from the Cure Brain Cancer Foundation is Annabelle Wilson. Annabelle, good morning.
Good morning, Mitchell. How are you?
Good, thanks for being on the program. And we've also got Kerri Hendra with us as well. Morning, Kerri.
Morning, Mitchell.
Well, it does seem like it was just a short time ago that you were all here in the studio with me. In fact, just sitting across the table from where I am now. And Lauren was with us, who was your daughter, Kerri, who sadly passed away from brain cancer earlier this year. But when we spoke last year, Lauren was defying the odds and was taking a really strong stand on it and being a strong advocate for people with brain cancer. So just first of all, how are you and how's the family going?
Yeah, so it's been 7 weeks since Lauren's passed, and we're coping as can be expected. I think the thing that is really keeping me going at the moment is trying to raise more awareness for brain cancer, and that was a promise I made to Lauren, is that I would continue her fight.
And I'm guessing the situation was perhaps compounded by COVID-19 and some of the challenges around that. And, you know, to get out and do things and to live life is very difficult in these times.
It was extremely difficult. Lauren had her last birthday, her 17th birthday in lockdown. And although she was not looking forward to it, I made it as enjoyable as we could. We had 700 helium balloons delivered to the house from friends and family, and she said it was her best birthday ever, you know, so we made the most of those times. But yeah, COVID impacted her funeral, only having 10 people at the funeral, and then not being able to mourn her, so to say, normally. You know, normally you have a wake and you get to hug people. We haven't been able to do that. So I sort of feel it's really unfair, and unfair for everybody, because everyone who've had to mourn someone over this time, it's not fair. And
particularly a funeral of 10 people, it's not the sort of send-off that really anyone deserves.
No, exactly. Although we did telecast it, and we had a massive amount of numbers of people watching.
Can you just
streaming?
Just recap the story, just for the listeners that weren't listening about this time last year when we spoke to you? Maybe just tell us what has transpired.
Of course. So back in October 2018, Lauren had come back from a Paris trip with her school, with Matthew Flinders, and she'd come home and she just wasn't feeling great. And we took her to the hospital, and they ended up doing an MRI, and that MRI came back that she had a brain tumour. So we took her, you know, we went straight to Royal Children's, and after brain surgeries, told she had a brain tumour, which was a glioblastoma. Originally, we were told she'd have 3 to 5 years. Then in the February 2019, she had a shunt surgery. She had a lot of build-up of fluid in her brain, and the shunt was to remove that fluid. And when they operated, they said things weren't good and said she only had a few weeks to live. Lauren defied all odds. Lauren defied everything the doctors told her. And yeah, she continued to fight. She after her first brain surgery, she had to learn to walk again because she lost all movement on her right side, and she did learn to walk again. But as the tumour got worse, Lauren did lose that ability on her right side. So walking was very limited, and I had to stop working to care for her full time for that 21 months. And she started to lose her eyesight. She didn't lose it totally, but they were just some of the effects of the brain cancer.
And when she was here, of course, she was a keen advocate for people with brain cancer, and passionate about hopefully working towards finding treatments, cure, whatever, funding the research. So you vowed to continue on that work?
Definitely. That was a promise I made to her, and is something I will continue for the rest of my life. It's just such an insidious disease and can strike anybody. And randomly, brain cancer kills more children in Australia than any other disease, which is just terrible, and more people under 40 than any other cancer. That's why we need to raise more funds and more awareness. So yeah, I'm very, as you can tell, I'm very strong about that.
It's a very emotional story. Annabelle, I'll just bring you in here. You must hear stories like this on a very regular basis.
I do. And look, Lauren and Kerri are an incredible example of the type of people that we come across in our community, people who are touched by the most horrific of experiences and stand up and, stand alongside us to make a change for future generations. I've got my own experience. My husband passed away just over 3 years ago, 2 months before the birth of our baby daughter. And what Kerri says, it's a young person's disease. It kills a classroom full of children a year. It's not okay. And so people like us who stand up and fight, especially in the legacy of the beautiful souls that we've lost, but alongside the people that are continuing to defy the odds, and there are so many out there and so many that are a part of Walk for Brain Cancer. It's bittersweet in a way, and events like Walk for Brain Cancer and gatherings and interviews like this and meeting people like Kerri and Lauren, we don't want to find each other. This is not the way that we want to become friends, become advocates alongside each other, but it's an incredible community. And I'm so proud to stand alongside people like Kerri and Lauren and my husband, Josh.
So does one of you want to answer, how does the walk run this year? These sorts of events, it's really hard with COVID-19. How does it work virtually?
Would you like me to do that, Kerri?
Yeah, you go for it.
It's my workplace, so I might as well. So we're asking our community, obviously we've done the walk physically for the last sort of 5 or 6 years. It's been really, really successful. Last year we had over 12,000 walkers and raised about $1.6 million. So it's been an incredible movement. And this year, obviously, to keep our community safe in COVID, we've moved it virtually. So it's the first time for us doing it virtually, and we've had an incredible take up already. So we've raised $434,000 already, and we've had over 2,400 registrants. So what we're actually doing is asking our community to pledge to walk 5K, 10K or 20K. Over the month of September, but to join us on the 27th of September for our National Day of Action. So we'll all get together and walk. So Kerri signed up, she's got Team Lauren, so I want to thunder with all of that, but we are aiming to raise $1 million. And I forgot last time when I came in to see you, Mitchell, I forgot to say the website, so I'll say it this year. So it's walkforbraincancer.com.au, and the 4 is the number 4.
I'll make sure that I put that on our website as well. Excellent. Look, thank you very much to both of you for being on the program this morning. It's an amazing story, and you don't have to look too far in the community to find people that have been affected by any form of cancer. We've all been touched by cancer in some way. I wish you well, and of course, you're always welcome to come back on this program. Anywhere that we can help to try and get the message out there, we will do. It's such an important cause.
Thank you so much, Mitchell.
Thank you very much. Look after yourselves. Annabelle Wilson joining us there from the Cure Brain Cancer Foundation, and Kerri
Mitchell's Front Page with Mitchell Dine. Mondays and Tuesdays from 9 till 11 on 94.7 The Pulse.